Top of the morning to you, laddies. Welcome back to another episode of This Week with Cheek. Oh yeah, I was real excited about today, or tomorrow, excuse me, because I had this incredible get-up. Look, I even have matching socks. I mean, I was ready for St. Patrick's Day, but we're doing online learning. So, I couldn't let you down, and I was all excited about my get-up, so we're doing this St. Patrick's Day style. We've got our boy Mike Wazowski here, our St. Patty's Day pig. And just a reminder, let's all make sure we are washing our hands and staying safe. Because we are in a serious time and we want to make sure we protect ourselves and our family from the coronavirus. I'm going to go ahead, wash my hands. You're supposed to scrub them until they dry. That's what I'm going to do. All right, we're going to be talking about interior angles of a triangle. So the first thing you need to know is how many degrees are actually in a triangle. That would be 180 degrees. And so I'm going to give you a couple of examples where we are missing one of the interior angles of the triangle. And hopefully that will help you as you work through today's lessons. Let's go with this one. So I've got one interior angle that's 65 degrees and the other interior angle is 73 degrees. My problem is asking me to determine what this missing angle measure is. It's a pretty simple problem. Again, there's 180 degrees in the interior angles of a triangle. So I'm going to take 73 and 65. I'm going to add those two angle measures together. It gives me 138 degrees. And then just like our angle measures or our angles that were supplementary, we're going to subtract from 180. So I'm going to do 180 minus 138. I get 42. Again, 180 minus 138 gives me 42 degrees. Let's take a look at another example. All right. We'll do one. You need to make sure that you see this. And we'll say 30. So first of all, you need to know that this box right here, this is telling you this is a 90-degree angle. So that's 90 degrees. The other interior angle is 30 degrees, and then I'm being asked to find this missing angle measure. So once again, I'm going to add up the two interior angles that I've been given. That gives me 120. And then to find the other missing angle measure, I simply subtract it from 180. And that'll give me 60 degrees. It's a pretty basic problem. Now, let's take a look at an example where the missing angles are being represented by an expression instead of an actual numeric angle measure. So, I'm going to take a look at this triangle here. Got one interior angle that's 43 degrees, and then this interior angle is going to be represented by 11x minus 6. And this other one, 9x plus 3. And so, once again, we're being asked to use algebra. We're being asked to create an equation in order to solve for x and then determine our angle measure. In fact, I'll put up here, solve for x. So again, we have to remember there's 180 degrees when we add up the interior angles of a triangle. So I'm going to take 9x plus 3 plus 11x minus 6, add 43, and that should equal 180 degrees. Now we've got a multi-step equation. We've got to combine like terms, okay? We've got 9x, and then we've got 11x, so that's going to give me 20x. And then we've got 3 and -6 and 43. So we're going to add all that together. I'm going to use my calculator. I want to make sure that we are accurate when we're doing this. Don't be scared to use the calculator. That's going to give us 40. And now we're down to a two-step equation. We want to get x by itself. So we got 20x equals 140. And then divide by 20. We should get x equals 7. Now, that does not represent my angle measure. That represents x. In order to determine the angle measure, what do you think we have to do? That's correct. Plug it back in. Simply take x and plug it into the expression. So this would be 11 times 7 minus 6. And this angle measure would be 71. And then over here, I'm just going to go ahead and plug in. That's easier in my opinion. That would be 63 plus 3, 66 degrees. And then we want to make sure that our three angle measures add up to 180 degrees. So I'll just take 71, 43, and 66 and make sure that this adds up to 180. And it does. So we're going to be working with these types of problems. Just remember, and interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That's important. And that will help you determine either how to solve for x or how to determine the missing angle measure. Hey, thanks for joining me again for another episode of This Week with Cheek. Happy St. Patrick's Day.